Our project was over the problems of the decline in salmon populations in the Pacific Northwest. This was researched by Ronan Ireland, Cooper Pewitt, and Mark Widman. About the salmon. The Pacific salmon genus is called Oncorhynchus. This includes species such as pink, sockeye, chum, chinook, and coho salmon. It also includes rainbow trout and steelhead. Salmon are anadromous animals, which means in order to reproduce, they must swim up rivers from the oceans and lay eggs in fresh water. Their complex reproduction and migration leads to major problems in their population decrease. These are some examples of species of salmon, such as sockeye, chum, chinook, coho, pink, and steelheads. This is another picture explaining the life cycle. Start off as eggs in fresh water, and then they eventually grow up to become salmon, and they're out in the ocean. And then as they mature in the ocean, they have to come up, swim through tributaries back to where the same river they were born in, and lay and reproduce there, and then they eventually die. Population. Salmon populations have become a very big problem. They have been declining in the Pacific Northwest for many reasons, and the species is nearing endangerment. Many reasons are causing this decline, such as overcatching of salmon from 1950 to 2010. This is a graph showing how the overfishing has really affected the population. Seeing as in 2010 there's been 1,200,000 salmon that have been caught. Overfishing is a problem because back then there used to not be a bag limit for everyday fishermen in commercial fishing, and they would catch way too many salmon and eventually wipe out the population, but luckily they didn't. This has led to be one of the most significant events in decreasing salmon population in the Pacific Northwest today. Another reason for the decline in population was the changes in the salmon's natural habitat. Changes in natural habitat can be detrimental to population. Dams are obstructing the path of salmon need to reproduce. For example, in the Columbia River in Washington is now dominated by dams and reservoirs. Another example is the mines that cause earth and debris and stray rocks to run off into the stream and damage the salmon's natural habitat. Another reason for the decline in population is fish farming. Overall, fish farming would seem like a good way to bring back the salmon population, but it also is looked at as a negative impact because they confine the fish into small areas and make it more likely to spread disease. The fish are also impacted by interbreeding. Our solutions to this project and problem would be to install fish ladders and dams to allow ease of salmon migration, limit the use of fish farms, create stricter regulations on fishing, such as make lower bag limits, also to use more environmentally friendly fertilizers. Another solution could also be to breach dams, but that could not be practical because it would be very difficult and would cost a lot of money. These solutions would overall help restore a solid salmon population to the Pacific Northwest. Here's our visual of our lucid chart. It is a conceptual diagram showing the positive and negatives to the salmon population. So as you can see, the negatives are in orange: fish ladders, overcatching of salmon, overpopulation of salmon, fertilizer polluting the streams, and defective genes. These are the positives: using more environmentally friendly fertilizer, clearing up dams, and having the higher bag limit. Thank you.